And action! I've always wanted to do that. Hey guys, my name's Khalil Newell and I'm the chief editor for our group's film. I'm actually really excited for this project because, for one, I get to showcase my filmmaking abilities, things I learned last year in broadcasting, and hopefully can have some fun with this thing. And for two, I have a really fun group, and I'm really excited to see how we can succeed together and how our finished product turns out. I'm hoping that this film, which is meant to be a documentary about the application process and all that it entails, makes things easier and clearer for the viewer who maybe has a little understanding about the subject. Our main audience here is, of course, those nearing the end of high school, but I'm hoping that it can reach out to those who are either post-high school or even before high school and can hopefully give a glimpse into the future as well as maybe a little throwback into the past. Now, I bet you all are wondering, Khalil, how did your application process go? What was your experience with it? Well, here you go. For years, I had been a huge University of Georgia fan. I know, to hell with Georgia and everything. Seriously though, up until senior year, I had only planned on going to UGA. My plans were virtually set until one fateful September weekend. It was actually the only weekend I had off for the next 3 weeks, and my mom was kind of forcing me to visit. So, granted, I was kind of upset when I made it to the tech campus that day. So I applied to 4 schools during my application process: Vanderbilt, Duke, UGA, and Georgia Tech. I'm still not necessarily sure which part was worse for me: the application process and constantly needing to write my essays or perfect my essays, or the actual wait for the decisions to be released. So I ended up going 2 and 2 on my applications. I got denied from Vanderbilt like late March, and then a few weeks later I got waitlisted by Duke and then eventually denied by them. But before both of those, UGA released their early action decisions in like late November. I was in the band, so right before football games, me and my friends would always huddle up in the band room, getting ready to go. And then all of a sudden, we got news that Georgia had released their decisions. I remember finally being able to log into the screen, and I finally just saw the big congratulations at the top of the screen, and I started screaming, and all my friends started screaming, and everyone was just excited for me, and it was great. I apologize for the setting change. I needed some fresh air. I know it's confusing. I'm sorry. So, back to the story. There was this next Saturday morning in January. It was the release days for early action for Georgia Tech. My parents, my grandparents, even my favorite aunt were all there to get breakfast, and we all just sat there and watched the decision being released. I personally had little hopes of getting in, but all my family around me were like, "Oh, you're gonna get in. Oh, you're fine. Oh, you're perfect for tech." I just didn't believe it. It took literally a million attempts to log into that website and get my decision. I was so on edge. After that, everyone was sitting around my computer watching the screen when the mascot, Buzz, shows up, and you see the big congratulations on the screen, and everyone else is screaming, and then there's me. I'm kind of shocked and stunned at the moment, and then I just kind of start crying. So, happy tears, of course. I ended up having to make a decision of where to go to college, and, well, I think we all know where I chose. So, in all, I feel like I had a generally positive application experience. Even though at times it was extremely stressful, I feel like it was really well worth it. So, if you're wondering, not only is it worth it to apply to college, I actually encourage every single person out there to go and put yourself out there in high school and try and get into these competitive schools, because who knows, you might be shocked where you fit in. That's all the time I have, but thank you so much for watching.